One day, we may look back on ancient bones and microchips as stepping stones of the same path, an evolutionary journey where biological flesh converges with synthetic intelligence. Could it be that we're on the brink of a new species, neither fully human nor fully machine, but something else entirely? The question isn't whether technology will transform us, but whether we even have a choice in the matter. Right now, your neurons are firing in response to machine-generated signals from the screen you're watching, and you probably don't even notice. That subtle interplay might just be the seed of a far more profound merger. But is this alliance with algorithms a natural phase of humanity's evolution? Or are we willingly surrendering our autonomy to lines of code? Keep watching, because the deeper we dive, the more unsettling and exhilarating this possibility becomes. Are we forging alliances or forging chains? Let's find out. Consider how we once revered fire as magical, only to harness it into the very core of our civilization. AI might be the 21st century equivalent of that elemental force, fueling breakthroughs in medicine, economics, and social interaction. Yet the real revelation lurks beyond these surface-level triumphs. We're witnessing the dawn of neural interfaces and bio-digital convergence. Imagine receiving a text message directly into your brain or flipping through your memories as though they were digital files. This isn't science fiction anymore, but a creeping mesh of biology and computation. If we dare to look past the novelty of smartphone apps and voice assistants, we find a blueprint for a future human identity. What if your sense of self could be uploaded, downloaded, or augmented? Are we on the cusp of a broader connectivity that redefines individuality? Or is this the start of an unprecedented existential crisis? Think about that carefully. While AI dazzles the world with the promise of progress, a quiet paradox grows. The more data we share, the deeper we cage ourselves in specialized echo chambers. Advanced recommendation engines feed us what we want to see, while wearable devices measure every heartbeat, translating our bodies into streams of data. Could the road to transcending our limitations be paved with digital shackles? Perhaps the real threat isn't a robotic takeover, but an insidious shift in how we perceive reality, shaped by code we rarely question. It's a loop of convenience that might lull us into forgetting we still have flesh and blood vulnerabilities. And yet all around us, excitement about neural implants and cognitive enhancements rises. Are these the keys to unlocking superhuman potential? Or do they marvelously distract us from the subtle reprogramming of our own free will? Maybe it's both, or maybe it's something far stranger. Keep questioning everything. Picture a child learning the world through a touchscreen before she can walk, her sense of wonder shaped by pixels rather than purely human experience. Or an elderly parent who finds renewed connection through an adaptive hearing device, granting them the gift of conversation for another decade. Technology can be heartbreakingly beautiful. However, it also stirs a curious longing within us. The more we rely on AI for companionship, the more we might yearn for raw human complexity. Think about how enthralled we are by social media likes, turning ephemeral numbers into the measure of our self-worth. In chasing the dream of augmented cognition and unending convenience, do we risk losing the fragile empathy that makes us genuinely human? That tender vulnerability might be our most sacred link to consciousness itself, a connection that no algorithm can simulate, but could we be driven to trade it away for convenience? Think deeply. Now, let's escalate the stakes by examining recent leaps in biotechnology and quantum computing. Scientists are experimenting with lab-grown tissues integrated with smart materials, while quantum algorithms promise to unravel complex problems in seconds. As these advancements intersect, a real possibility emerges. We might soon fuse human cells with AI-driven matter, forging a living technology that evolves alongside us. Visualize an interface that processes emotion as data, responding to your feelings before you articulate them. In such a world, the boundary between mind and machine becomes dangerously, or thrillingly, blurred. We stand on the threshold of unprecedented breakthroughs in medicine, life extension, and even the redefinition of consciousness. But who or what steers this runaway innovation? Is it driven by corporate profit, altruistic exploration, or some unstoppable impetus inherent in technology itself? The faster we move, the more we risk leaving ethical considerations behind. Must we accelerate blindly? Here's the twist. Perhaps the union of humanity and AI isn't a moral question of good or evil, but a universal law of evolution. Life adapts or perishes, and intelligence might flourish whether it's carbon-based or silicon-based. If the cosmos allows for consciousness, why not let it spread through every available medium? What if this synergy between human minds and advanced algorithms is simply the next fractal iteration of our cosmic inheritance? Yet, in that vast perspective, the day-to-day ramifications remain intensely personal. Will you embrace neural enhancements to compete in the workforce? Will governments regulate your cognitive upgrades? Wonder how privacy, identity, and individual rights survive in a realm where thoughts themselves could be read or altered. If this sounds appealing or terrifying, that tension is the sign we're stepping into uncharted territory. The final piece of this puzzle is both surprising and inevitable. Prepare for an unsettling conclusion ahead. Every generation wrestles with a defining challenge. Ours might be whether we'll remain merely human or transcend into a hybrid existence, intimately linked with the systems we've created. Before you dismiss this as futuristic hype, consider that each new technology we adopt feels indispensable within a single lifespan. We are the test subjects of an evolutionary experiment, and you have a front row seat. Could your comment below spark an idea that reshapes how we fuse biology and code? Your voice matters in this unfolding tapestry of progress and peril. If you feel the pulse of curiosity niggling at your mind, it's because the story is far from over. Hit subscribe if you're ready to probe deeper into the riddle of humanity's next frontier. Join the conversation, question everything, and maybe, just maybe, help decide the future of our species in the process. The next chapter awaits your spark right now.